So 6 months ago, Nubia launched one of the best gaming smartphones of 2025, the REDMAGIC 10 Pro. And now, just halfway through the year, it's apparently time for an upgrade. Haul your old 10 Pro in the bin, cause here comes the REDMAGIC 10s Pro, boasting upgraded Snapdragon 8 Elite smarts, and the same overtly porny virtual assistant shenanigans. Now, I've spent a good bit of time with the REDMAGIC 10s Pro, not just because of the pony assistant, I hasten to add. So here's my review on all of the gaming shenanigans, and for more on the latest and greatest tech, please do subscribe, ding the old notifications bell. Cheers! So first up, what do you get in the old box besides, of course, the REDMAGIC 10s Pro? So you've got yourself one not horrifically chunky adapter, a bright red USB cable you should be losing in a hurry, and a mystery box promising that you will win more games, so in my case, 1 or above. And inside here you've got your pokey pin, and I've also chucked in a condom case for your REDMAGIC 10s Pro. But as you can see there, it doesn't quite envelop the whole of the smartphone, the edges are somewhat exposed. And that is it. No interest in artwork or anything on the box, as you sometimes get with gaming smartphones. It's very much down to business here. So as you can see there, no real shocks or surprises when it comes to the design of the REDMAGIC 10s Pro. It's basically yet another pocket-sized brick. Albeit not horrifically chunky, but it certainly has a good old heft to it. If you stuff it into your trousers, you better pray your belt is up to the task, otherwise it's pants round the ankles time. And let me tell you, your Uncle Spur already on a couple of government lists because of that. Not much in the way of curvature here, again as usual, it's pretty much flat lines all the way. Now at the time of launch you can snaffle the REDMAGIC 10s Pro in 3 flavours, 2 of which are transparent. You've got this dusk model, otherwise there's a moonlight option if you prefer a lighter vibe, or nightfall if you don't want any of this see-through shenanigans. But it is worth noting that these transparent models offer SKUs with more RAM and more storage, up to 1 TB in total. Yowzers. And while I'd certainly prefer a brighter, bolder colour, I do like the design work here. Certainly stands out against the crowd. You've got yourself an aluminium frame as always, although Nubia was a bit vague about what kind of glass it used, front and back. And it is only IP54 splash resistant rather than full-on water resistant, like for instance the ROG Phone 9 Pro. So you will have to be a wee bit careful if you're gaming in the bath for whatever reason. And a large part of that is no doubt down to the fact you've got actual open physical vents on the edges here. And oh yes, I don't think anyone will be shocked to hear that Nubia has chucked the usual RGB japery onto the REDMAGIC 10s Pro. So the wee X logo and the REDMAGIC logo down below can both flash and glow and do a disco performance. Where you've also got some dinky LEDs secreted in those shoulder buttons. And that fan light is back in action too. And of course it's all fully customizable. So you can select the effect as well as the color. So let's have a bit of burst flash action in orange. And there you go. But I hope that nobody else around you has epilepsy. And as always, you can have all that RGB goodness flashing or whatever when you've got notifications coming in, incoming calls, and to rouse you in the morning. Now unlock the REDMAGIC 10s Pro and you're straight into a bit of Android 15 with REDMAGICOS 10.5 lovingly spattered on top. Android purists might be slightly upset that this does tinker with the general Android formula, so you don't have Google Discover, instead you've got the board, which yeah, isn't quite as delightful. But hey, you've got your apps tray as usual, you've got your joint notifications and control center, and the settings menu quite logically laid out. You've got the specific custom REDMAGIC bits mostly clustered together, including of course all of the light strip shenanigans I was just banging on about. You can customize the cooling fan, and oh yes, you've got the obligatory bonus AI as well, none of which is particularly outstanding. The usual kind of stuff like real-time translation for calls, etc. Supports quite a few languages. And this on top of the usual googly AI, including good old Gemini, of course. And you got plenty of other bonus bits crammed in here as well. But the most interesting by far is, of course, the old magic key. As you can see, by default, this toggles the GameSpace mode, which we're about to leap face first into, but you can slightly customize it to do something different if you like. But of course, as this is a gaming blower, seems only appropriate to leave it on GameSpace. Ridiculously overdramatic as always. Gotta love that chill out music though. And as usual, this is a one-stop shop for jumping into all of your games. You can also fully customize them. And when I say fully, I'm not buggering about here either. You can tweak the screen sensitivity, the accidental touch protection. Got 3 different performance modes to choose from: Eco, Balance or Rise. You can tweak the GPU settings. Let's get Wuthering Waves on high quality. You can also have the fan automatically turn on when you start the game, and you can also tweak the footage quality when you are recording the action. You can even be constantly recording footage so you don't miss any of those golden moments, up to 60 seconds prior to hitting the record button. And of course, it wouldn't be a REDMAGIC smartphone without everyone's favourite, highly suggestive virtual assistant, good old Mora. As usual, you can prod and poke her and do the kind of stuff that would give most HR departments a coronary. And that'll be me on another government list then. And hey, you can also play a bit of dress up. It's got various different outfits, all of which her parents would absolutely approve of. And yes, you can also rouse you in the morning, so to speak. Anyway, once you're done playing with Mora, it's time to actually jump into a game. And once you're in a game, you can swipe out the old GameSpace menu like so. And this gives you full access to all of the various settings and features you could possibly need without you having to back out of the game, go into the GameSpace menu again, etc. So you can quickly and easily, for instance, tweak the screen brightness, you can change the volume. You got those 3 different modes that I told you about earlier: Eco, Balance and Rise. Though, if you actually scroll to the bottom of this wee features menu here, you will see something called Diablo mode. If you turn that on, then it's one step up from Rise mode. Basically completely maxes out those resources, means you can't actually record the action anymore, but yeah, that's a top tip there. And if anything, that's my only real complaint of this, is just so feature dense, it can sort of take a while to get used to where everything is, etc. As usual, you can block all of your notifications and messages, you can start to record the action if you're not in Diablo mode. You've got charge bypass, you want to keep the phone plugged in, but don't actually want to juice it up at the same time to prevent overheating. And it's also from within the GameSpace menu that you can set up those shoulder buttons. You can turn those on and then just drag these wee icons here, L and R, to whichever on-screen buttons you want the left and right shoulder buttons to trigger. Now, the brains of the operation here on the REDMAGIC 10s Pro is Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 8 Elite lead-in version. Now, compared with the original super beefy 8 Elite, which was stuffed inside of the REDMAGIC 10 Pro, this serves up a slight boost to the CPU and the GPU performance. You've also got a slight NPU upgrade in there as well if you're at all bothered about that. And Nubia has also stuffed in its Red-Core R3 Pro chip, which can just take some of the strain off that Snapdragon 8 Elite by handling some of the gaming functionality. Not that the 8 Elite leading version needs a helping hand, because frankly it's an absolute monster. And that's also backed here in my review model by 16 gigs of RAM. Now, the performance was already pretty bloody fantastic in the original REDMAGIC 10 Pro, so unsurprisingly, the 10s Pro with that lead-in version of the 8 Elite absolutely spanks its way through anything you chuck at it. I, of course, slapped on my standard effort bit of Wuthering Waves with maxed out graphics settings, and it stayed at a perfectly stable 60 frames per second, even when gaming for well over an hour, almost into the 2-hour mark. Occasionally it dipped into the high 50s, but honestly didn't see a single judder or noticeable dip in that frame rate the entire time I was playing on this thing. And yes, naturally the likes of Call of Duty Mobile are absolutely beautifully as well. In fact, I played so well with the REDMAGIC 10s Pro that not only did I win a couple of matches, I actually got bloody MVP in one. So apparently that win more games mantra isn't complete bollocks. And of course, Nubia has stuffed in its Ice X cooling system as well. You've now got a greater spread of liquid metal here in the REDMAGIC 10s Pro compared with previous generations, just to help keep that CPU nice and cool, as well as a 12,000 square mil vapor chamber and that signature built-in fan, which spins at a rather rapid 23,000 RPM. And even when that built-in fan is running full pelt, it's actually surprisingly quiet. Let's just switch it on. That's obligatory cheesy sound effects, and it's running on the maximum icy level right now. And even if we get the mic pretty close to the vent, it's just a very low background hiss, which will almost certainly be drowned out by the noise of whatever game you're playing. And between all of that, it certainly did the job. The REDMAGIC 10s Pro did get a wee bit warm when playing the likes of Wuthering Waves, but certainly not to a troublesome degree. I didn't feel my fingertips singeing or anything like that. And absolutely no dip in that performance, no throttling whatsoever, even if you are gaming for literally hours. And if you are looking for a gaming smartphone that should last you years and years, well, I can't imagine this thing's starting to struggle with any titles hoided it anytime soon. That said, certainly no noticeable improvement over the original REDMAGIC 10 Pro with just the bog standard Snapdragon 8 Elite. As you kind of expect, even the vanilla version of this chipset is an absolute beefcake. And like the previous model, Nubia has slapped on yet another 6.85-inch AMOLED display. And as before, completely fills that front end, mostly thanks to the skinny bezels surrounding it, as well as the complete lack of any kind of selfie cam orifice. It's once again a 1.5K resolution display, so nice and crispy, despite the fact it's a nice spacious panel as well, so you get a full view of the action, but everything remains pleasingly sharp and detailed. And as always, that selfie camera is remarkably well hidden. You really have to squint and stare at it for a while to even notice the thing. It just blends in beautifully, whether you're playing games or kicking back with a movie or a telly show or whatever you fancy. And plenty of customization options tucked away in the display settings as well. So of course you can tinker around with the color output. Got a few different modes there, but I quite like the default colorful one. Can mess around with the color temperature if you like. You've got a variety of brightness options as well. And the great news is that the REDMAGIC 10s Pro's display is easily bright enough so you can play outdoors, even if it's fairly sunny, as long as you don't have direct glare on this thing, because it is fairly reflective. And as you can see there, the refresh rate scales all the way up to 144 Hz for supported titles. It's not LTPO tech though, the lowest it'll go is 60 Hz. As you can see there, you can manually tweak it between 60 and 144 Hz. And the REDMAGIC 10s Pro boasts a stereo speaker output, though those speakers are housed on the top and bottom edges. They're not actually facing your face. But I didn't find that I smothered them while playing the likes of Wuthering Waves or Call of Duty, and it is proper beefy output again, reasonably bassy, so pretty good if you're playing something with plenty of gunfire and explosions. You max out that volume, it'll certainly rattle your teeth. You got full support for Snapdragon sound and a bit of DTS:X action as well. And rather beautifully, the REDMAGIC 10s Pro still has that old headphone jack in place if you want to get wired in. And once again, Nubia has nailed the shoulder buttons as well. Pleasingly responsive. You've got a 520 Hz response rate, so the second your fingertip taps that surface, you'll see an on-screen reaction. It really does give you a leg up in games like Call of Duty and Wuthering Waves, where you got loads of on-screen controls and you need super fast reactions in order to actually not die horribly. They're comfortable to use, it's just an absolute joy. Oh, and you get that slight haptic feedback as well, so makes them even more satisfying. And certainly bugger all complaints for the battery performance here as well, because Nubia has stuffed a 7050 mAh capacity cell into this thing, one of the biggest smartphone batteries I've ever tested. So even when running the likes of Wuthering Waves, one of the most intensive power sapping titles you can find on Android, well, the good news is the REDMAGIC 10s Pro still survives for close to 5 full hours. And that is on maximum graphics settings, maximum performance settings, basically everything hoid all the way up to 11. And yes, of course, if you're playing games that don't sap the power quite as ridiculously, stuff like Call of Duty, PUBG, etc., the battery life is actually pretty much into double digits. And of course, with such a high capacity battery, you'll be hanging around ages waiting for it to juice back up without fast charging support, but thankfully Nubia's chucked an 80-watt GAN charger in the box that'll power it back up again in under an hour. Sadly, no wireless charging support here, or at the very least it didn't play nicely with my wireless chargers here at Techspert Towers. And of course, yes, you do get a bit of camera tech chucked onto the REDMAGIC 10s Pro, though let's face it, nobody buys these gaming phones for the optics. And Nubia appears to have simply stuck with the same camera hardware as the regular REDMAGIC 10 Pro. So once again, you've got a 50 meg Omnivision OV50E primary shooter with a bit of optical image stabilization, backed by another 50 meg Omnivision sensor, the OV50D, for your ultra-wide shooter. Got all the usual settings and filters and everything. So you got, of course, an HDR mode. You can choose between natural or gorgeous photos. In case you were wondering, this is natural and this is gorgeous, allegedly. And to be fair, you got a pretty decent featured dense Pro mode slapped on the REDMAGIC 10s Pro, full access to the likes of the white balance, the ISO levels, etc, etc. You could also lock the likes of the white balance and the exposure levels. And you've also got full support for RAW capture. And for your video shenanigans, you can capture 4K resolution footage at 30 or 60 frames per second. You've also got an 8K option, which of course tops off at 30 FPS. But sadly, when it comes to that 16 megapixel selfie cam, it does top off at Full HD 1080p. And to be fair, even Full HD footage, which is what I'm shooting right now, doesn't exactly look fantastic because you've got that under display design. Everything looks rather soft and hazy, which does frankly suit my face rather well. And it's kind of like you've smothered a whole bunch of Vaseline over that lens basically. And yes, any selfies that you shoot with this thing will look rather grainy. And there you have it, my lovelies. That in a tasty wee nutshell is the REDMAGIC 10s Pro and what I reckon of its gaming chops. Now, as usual, of course, the performance absolutely stunning, fantastic battery life, and an excellent set of features slapped in there as well, although it's not exactly a massive leap over the REDMAGIC 10 Pro, as you kind of expect as it's an S model. So I certainly say if you see the REDMAGIC 10 Pro on the cheap, well, I'd probably grab that ahead of the 10s Pro. But if you want the absolute latest technology, something that's even more capable of standing the test of time, well, the 10s Pro is certainly one of the best gaming blowers out there. A highly enjoyable pocket pal. So that's what I reckon anyway. What do you think of the REDMAGIC 10s Pro? It'd be great to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell for more on the latest and greatest tech, and have yourselves a ruddy, wonderful rest of the week. Love you!